Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Breath of Fire 2 tutorial. In this part of the tutorial, I will be covering the hometown section of the run, menu mechanics, and the shopping glitch. If you like this guide, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to watch my runs or be alerted when more tutorial videos drop. Let's get started. You will have some dialogue and regain control of your party when Bo says, "Let's leave this village and ask around." You will want to inspect the cabinet in the back of the room for a life PL. Cabinets like these will house items, but they may or may not be useful for the speedrun. The life PL will be a source of income for setting up the shop glitch soon. Speaking of which, before you get to the weapon shop, you will want to make sure you swap Ryu's and Bo's positions in the party. I do this almost immediately after gaining control of the party in hometown, but as long as you do it before the weapon shop, you will be fine. This is a good opportunity to discuss the Breath of Fire 2 menu. The menu can be accessed with the X button. For the most part, we can ignore stats, self-explanatory, options as we set this before starting the run, and end, which closes the menu, and you can use B to close the menu. These are not used in the speedrun. Items, spells, equip, and switch will be used extensively through the entire run. I will start with the switch menu since we will need to use it immediately for now. Switch opens a submenu with access to swapping party formation with the switch option and party member order with the order option. I will go over formations in the next part of the tutorial, so don't worry about it for now. Items opens the Items submenu with access to using your items with the Use option, discarding an item with Trash, sorting individual items with Order, auto-sorting your inventory with Clean, and seeing key items with Specials. Typically, the speedrun utilizes Use, Order, and Clean. I will mention that Clean will sort by putting the healing items up top, followed by utility items, followed by equipable accessories, and finally your armor, ranging from worst to best for each slot. Spells opens the Spells submenu for an individual party member. You can only use healing spells and field usable spells that will be learned later in the run. Anything else will be grayed out. Equip opens an individual party member's submenu. There are slots for weapons, shield, armor, helm, and 2 accessory slots as etc. When equipping gear into an individual slot, the menu will prioritize the stronger pieces as the top option and work its way down to the weakest armor piece as the bottom option. With the exception of the etc. slots, you cannot remove equipment. This is very important to remember, and I will emphasize this when I get to later parts of the run. For this first menu, however, just use Switch to swap Bo and Ryu's positions. Leave the Ranger hideout and head to this building for the item shop. You will sell the life PL and buy 6 urchins and 4 worms. It is important you buy them in this order as well for the shop glitch. Head to the weapon shop. The shop or switch glitch works by having the cursor in the sell menu hovering over a stackable accessory, which is exclusive to fishing lures. The default position for the cursor is slot 1 where the urchins are. This is important because the number in the stack will correspond to a particular item shown on the screen. In this case, the 6 urchins translates to a moondrop. The moondrop is a healing item that will restore everyone in the party to full HP, even if they are dead. The second part of this glitch that is critical is that we execute it on Ryu and the party position he is in, since this will place the glitched item to that slot in the reserve party. The reserve party is the entire roster of characters that can be swapped into your party throughout the entire game. The order of the reserve party at the start of the game will be the order in which you recruit members. The reserve party order will change as members float in and out of the party, but the early game party remains consistent. So slot 2 Ryu in this case will glitch a moondrop onto Sten in his weapon slot. The moondrop can be used as an item like other weapons, but it also has 64 attack, double attack property, and holy element. The double attack property is an enormous contribution to damage through the early and mid game. One final consequence of the glitch is that in the switch menu, when trying to switch the item onto Ryu, the equipment piece that he is wearing will be a different item. The item the game asks you to trade in for the new piece will be different at different points of the run. There is a resource in the description that will explain this portion further, but at the beginning of the game, the factors that dictate what the item should be are consistent and will always give you a nature whip that will sell for 90k zenny. Also, repeatedly executing the glitch before selling the item, you can stack the item you will trade in and generate significant amounts of money. This is the immediately concrete effect of the glitch that you will see. So while I explained what the results of the glitch are, let's discuss how you perform it. You will want your cell cursor on the item corresponding to the item you want on the reserve member. In Hometown, we can ignore this step since the item is the default choice. Go into the switch menu with any item that Ryu can switch to. In this case, we use the steel armor because of our current money. Select the item and select Ryu. Then press A and B at the same time. Essentially, the presses need to be about a frame apart from each other, and you will know you did it because you will glitch open the cell menu while switching. Do not touch the D-pad or you will move the cell cursor. Continuously perform the glitch to stack the nature whip, and when you are ready, accept the switch with yes. In this route, you will want to do this until you see 16 appear in the background of the user interface. If you are using Turbo, turn on your Turbo A button and mash with the B button. This will give a timing to make the glitch easier to perform. Now that you have the 1.6 million Zenny for the rest of the run, switch a bronze sword onto Ryu and a false bow onto Bow. Buy 3 steel armor, 2 salad bowls, and 2 suede armor. Now go back to the item shop. Buy the following items: 9 herbs, 9 antidotes, 27 life PL, 45 smokes, and a stick rod. Go to the merchant on the right for the bank and deposit all but 20k Zenny. Leave the shop and talk to the save statue before leaving town. This will conclude part 2 of the tutorial. Part 3 will cover the overworld section of Mount Fubi and Harpies, while explaining combat mechanics, formations, and more. Thanks for watching and be on the lookout for part 3.